Okay, so I got a request to continue working on the slabs. A couple of requests, and I'm kind of running low on my trip. I didn't bring many slabs with me, so I'm running kind of low. I might do this. This was a slab that was given to me after the napper. Didn't have much luck with it. Obviously, I could work on this one. Uh, Also, this, I forget to mention these. You can find these at Hobby Lobby. These are agate slabs, and you can heat treat these or work them raw, but they work better when they're heat treated, and you can make arrowheads out of these. And they sell them on a larger size too, not just these, but the small ones are pretty good. As far as the ratio, the width to thickness ratio is pretty good on these. They don't snap on you as badly as the larger ones. Larger ones also sometimes have a hole in the middle, but these smaller ones are excellent for little bitty arrowheads after heat treating. Now I got some glass slabs, well, this one obsidian and one cobalt blue, but I'm hesitating to work on glass back here in the back of the van, so I'm not going to do these. I don't think I'm going to do any glass back here. Probably ever. I don't want to do the glass in the van. I also have this hornstone slab that's pretty thin compared to the width, right? So I'm thinking of breaking this in half and making 2 points, breaking it in half on purpose. Now the problem with that is a controlled breakage is difficult. It's best to either cut it that way or cut it this way with a tile saw and not try to snap it. These are expensive. So what am I going to do? Let's see. The only thing I have left is this one here. I'm not too keen on working this one though. It's got, see that quartz pocket? I'm going to try to focus that. This is probably a chalcedony or petrified wood, and it's not going to be consistent. And it did dive in also. There's some flakes that are diving in. I don't know. Maybe I will. Okay. Yeah, I'll try this one. All right, let's see. I got a lot of points to make today. Make some of them on video and some off video. Oh yeah, very easy to nap. Yeah, I don't know what that stuff is. Nap's really easy though. It is some sort of natural stone. It's just heat treated. I'm going to try to capture as much length as possible. I'm going to lose quite a bit of width because the point style I'm thinking of doing is narrow. Now, can I do a wide point style with this? Yeah, I could do a wide one, I suppose. If I can think of one. I didn't bring all my books with me on my trip here, so I can't just peruse through all the books and look, see what the various options are. I could try to remember what something else I'd done on video. And do it again. See, I don't need to thin this down at all. I just need to shape it and then get rid of these little defects. Like there's a step fracture there, or incomplete release of a flake, that sort of thing. I could do an art piece. Just invent a shape. Finally got a finer abrading stone, I guess. It's for you guys that don't know, it's a grinding wheel that's broken into fourths or fifths or whatever. This is the center part. Grinding wheels have a hole in the middle and they're 6 to 8 inches in diameter. You buy them at the hardware store. Break them up and use them for artificial abraders. Very cheap and they work really well. I don't know, was it $8 for one of these or less? Okay, so here's a bunch of different point styles in this particular size. So let me think here. You can see the pattern in the stone, but when you put it up to the light, it goes away. See those bands in it? All right, let me see. What am I going to do? I keep getting questions on these pads too. It's just layered veg tan leather. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces just glued together, and you cut it out on the bandsaw and grind it or sand it down on the belt sander. Easy peasy. What do you glue it together with? Anything you want. All right. Except for glues that are specially made for plastic or something. You can use all kinds of stuff. You can even hot melt it together, I guess. Hot melt glue it. I would use contact cement. Rubber contact cement. It's flexible, cheap, and if it starts to delaminate, you can reapply it. It'll stick to itself, I think. Yep, easy peasy, this stuff. While you guys have trouble flaking, The slabs, not quite sure exactly what the problem is other than breakage. Probably running the long flakes seems to be the main issue. This one's already flaked all the way across, but I can see how chaotic this one is. The flakes are running in all different directions, and they're doing all kinds of weird things there. It's very ripply. I'm going to see if my strikes will give you that same ripple effect. See how it's very ripply across the face here? It's not smooth at all. I'm going to try napping across that and see if I get the same result. You know, you might get a better result if you just go with the grain flake this way instead of flaking across the grain of the bands. The bands probably have different consistencies. But we'll see. I'm just going to get a preform out of it first, and then I'll figure out what to do as far as the final shape. I bought a little small heater, space heater, just for the back of the van, just for my feet, and some wool socks. I went down today, spent some money on that stuff. Little bitty space heater. Yeah, I'm trying to show it to you, but it's all tangled up. The electrical cord is all wound up with the camera tripod. I set the camera tripod right down on the space heater electrical cord, so I'll show it to you later. Anyway, it's the smallest space heater I've ever seen. It's a little teeny thing, but it works pretty good. I have a bigger space heater for the whole van that I've been using. Same type I use for the times that I used to go on site back in the day. I used to go different places and had to sleep in the van on site or near the site, and just bring a space heater, park on an RV pad, you know, pay the daily rent or whatever it was. And the space heater is sufficient for heat. Piece of cake. All right. Let's see if I can pick at that step fracture. Yeah, the unreleased flake, easy to pick out. So to thin this down, or to try to get flakes to run, is going to thin it down too much, looks like. But we'll do it anyway, just for the video. Alright, so I'm going to run some flakes in the direction of the banding. See if that helps. And is there a reason why I use aluminum instead of anything else? Right now, yes, because it's cheap, and I haven't been working on my aluminum tools like I should be. They wear out, right? And then I don't replace them. I just make new ones. I need to make a bunch of these so I don't have to keep resharpening. Anyway, It's cheap. Aluminum is cheap. It's not really the material that I like. It's the benefit, the other side benefits. Cheap and easy to file down when it does get dull. Easy to shape if I need to shape it in some way. All right, so that flake is pretty smooth. Now let's move over to where it is really ripply. Let's see. I'll just move over a little bit, try to follow these ridges and do some flakes side by side. That didn't go anywhere. So that was right here. Not many ripples, but didn't go very far. I'll just keep going. Smooth sailing. Although I did get a step fracture, that's not a big deal, because I can just run flakes from the other direction. Yeah, so I'm getting smooth contours. It's just the step fracturing that's starting to interfere. Yeah, I'm getting the smooth contour. So I'm not sure what the issue was. Yeah, smooth. That one didn't go very far. Let's try a harder strike. More risky. Yep, nice and smooth. All right, let's see if I can get rid of those step fractures. Did it do it? Took away some of it. Is it gonna do it? Am I gonna be able to get it done? We'll see. It's acting like stone. What does that mean? That means it's not consistent. So I gotta make the platforms a little bit better. More clean, less bumpy, more predictable. See if we can get some long flakes to go to the center. I might have to narrow it down. Did it do it? Nope. It stopped. Something stopped it. Let's see. It got stopped, but I unstopped it. I just pushed off right there. Now, they may have been doing that. They may have been picking at it the whole time. That's where they got such a weird contour on theirs. I still got to try to smoothen that out, but I'll wait till it gets more narrow. This side's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, on some of these, when you guys do the napping, I don't know how you get to the, I don't know how you're doing your flake scars. I mean, I don't know how they're achieved. You hand me a piece that you can't do anything with, but I didn't watch you do it, so I don't know what you were doing to get this weird flaking. It seems to be flaking normally, like most other pieces of heat-treated stone. The surface color was more yellowish, right? So it may have been just that yellow layer or something, or maybe it's a different color because of the heat differences. Maybe the interior did not get the same heat exposure. I don't know. Doesn't seem like that would be the explanation because it's kind of thin. The heat should go all the way through. The only thing that I got was it started diving right at those step fractures. That's probably why it stepped, because it wants to dive. But the flakes themselves are smooth and flat. The flake scars. I can run some more flakes into that area, but it's really bumpy, right? So that may have been it. They may have just been continuously running flakes into these bumpy areas. You need to wipe them out with a big flake instead of trying little flakes. Because I could have run one and then it bumped and tried to dive, and then they run another one and it dived again, and then they run another one and dived again. So you get diving, diving, diving as a termination on each one. That might have been it. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and treat this like any other item and just nap it down. Yeah, I'm just going to flint nap it like I normally would. Do damage control like I normally would without paying attention really to what was here before. See what I can do with it. Oops. So that's what it looks like now. I don't need to do much to it at all on this side anymore. Just thin down the edges, and then now I can work on this side a little bit maybe. Yeah, there's a thick spot. Just work on the thick spots. All right, next segment.